is Derek Johnson, and tonight I'm going to tell you a little bit about invasive species and how you can help fight the spreading of them. Have you ever been on a public body of water and noticed a lot of plants or animals that seem like they shouldn't have been there? It is a high possibility that those plants or animals are an invasive species. Aquatic invasive species are an established but fixable problem in the Midwest. What is an invasive species, you might ask? An invasive species is a plant or an animal that is invading a certain area to try to take over the resources. It can happen on land and water. They can either be native or an exotic species. Exotic being from a different country or region of the world. Exotic invasive species are usually a lot more dangerous since there is no natural checks placed on them when they're introduced. I will concentrate on a couple exotic aquatic invasive species, those being a couple plants, Eurasian water milfoil, curly-leaf pondweed, and a couple animals, the rusty crayfish and zebra mussels, as everybody's heard. All of these have a good foothold in Wisconsin and Minnesota and have disastrous side effects. Each of these, though, has its unique impact on the environment and can cause millions of damage themselves. But they all have their own remedies. It takes workers and volunteers to remove, treat, and educate the public about these invasive species to help eradicate them. Now, Eurasian water milfoil and curly-leaf pondweed, as you can see in these pictures, are native to Europe and Western Asia, specifically the Baltic and the Mediterranean regions. They grow very rapidly, clogging waterways, creating prop damage to boats, and other internal mechanical problems. Usually, if you're on a lake and you see a large mat of weeds, it is one of these two species. Counterintuitively, large mats of these plants actually reduce fish populations and reduce fish habitat. Also, they bog down outboard motors and cause damage there too. Zebra mussels, shown here, according to the Rhode Island Sea Grant, they're actually native to the Black, Aral, and Caspian Seas of Western Asia. They grow on large colonies on all kinds of hard surfaces, causing damage to boat crops and docks. According to the USGS, the biggest cost associated with zebra mussels is the infestation and clogging of outflow and inflow pipes on industrial factories. They also have a microscopic stage called a veliger, and they can actually go through pump filters and grow and mature inside the pump, seizing the pump later on. Finally, the rusty crayfish which is commonly mistaken with a lot of native crayfish species, is actually native to the Ohio River watershed, according to the Minnesota Sea Grant. Unlike native crayfish, they are a super aggressive species and attack fish, eating their eggs and destroying their spawning beds. They also kill a lot of native and invasive plants. How does this all affect you as a citizen, boater, recreationalist, or fisherman, you might ask? Aquatic invasive species have the capacity to destroy mechanical parts and components of boats. They ruin waterways for skiing, tubing, fishing, and just regular boating. They also destroy fish habitat and also directly kill fish. Finally, as a taxpayer, over $5 million annually in state and federal monies was allocated to Wisconsin to help fight invasive species in the 2011, according to the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources 2011 report. There are a few easily done tasks that anybody can complete to help slow or stop the spread of invasive species. Volunteers can help owners of boats clean and inspect their boats after leaving the water. You can also pull weeds according to local and state procedures to help reduce weed density. Citizens can also take EIS classes to help educate other voters and citizens. Finally, anybody who thinks they may have found an invasive species can report it to their DNR to get more waters classified. All of these tasks reduce the ability of an invasive species to spread to new bodies of water. Also, these activities allow agencies to focus their monies to other more precise actions to create a larger impact on invasive species. So invasive species are established but are fixable, and now you can help slow their spread in the Midwest. As the late great aviator Amelia Earhart once said, the most effective way to do it is to just do it. This sums it all up. To help fight invasive species, we all need to help out to make a difference. Thank you.